no second chances. There's no fear of judgment. It is just exploring, experimenting, and growing in life. A very good afternoon to respected jury members and all my dear Impactians present here. I am Rishita Jaladi and here I am to talk on the topic Explore, Experiment, and there is no better stage than life. Well, from the history till now, we all know that life is never a straight line, right? It is always with lots of twists and turns. It's always imperfect, a complete surprise package. And that's what is life. And in this life, we all know that we have certain boundaries. Yet, we are hesitant to cross that boundary. Should I? Should I not? We are all in that limited space that we have created for ourselves. We are afraid of making mistakes. We are afraid of failing. We are afraid to choose to experiment. That's what makes the difference, right? What is exploring? Exploring is not traveling or it's not an adventure. That's what exploring is all about, right? If you can imagine, when we were all kids, we used to ask a lot of questions. Even your kids now ask a lot of questions. Why is this? Why is that? Why is that like that? Why is this like this? But as we grow up, that sense of questioning just goes down. Maybe we are afraid that people might laugh if we fail. Maybe we are very conscious, or maybe we never know. But it's very important to understand that growth always happens when we step out of our comfort zone. And that's where we achieve and become the best versions of ourselves. And that's in life is accomplishment. Well, I would like to talk about one greatest accomplishment and the place where I have overcome my fears. I still remember the date, it was 12th January 2021. I was in the youth parliament, I was standing in the Parliament of India. I was presenting in the Central Hall in front of all the ministers who I watch on television. And I see the Prime Minister, like all the cameras were focusing on me and I was literally trembling. Because for the first time I was talking to the world. But then, for a second I stopped, I mustered up all the courage, and I understood and realized that I am not just speaking up for myself, but I am representing my state. That's where I overcome my fear, and I gave my best, and I did what I'm supposed to. And that's okay even if I didn't. I used to get an experience, and I would have eventually learned in that journey of becoming the better version of myself. But exploring is just the first step. The second step, the truly transformative step, is experiencing and experimenting. And this experimenting brings out the most brilliance out of you. It makes you the most intelligent person ever. And experimenting is done by most popular and famous people out there. If you talk about Walt Disney, he has been always mocked for his lack of imagination. But now, Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse are your favorite features. And he later has formed Walt Disney Studios, which is quite popular. J.K. Rowling was initially rejected, almost 12 publishers rejected. But after her first series of Harry Potter, she has become the most celebrated author of all times. And you all know Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. His initial projects were not that successful and he slammed. But once he became the Missile Man of India, millions of people followed over the globe and he is an inspiration. If you could talk about the common points out of all these three people, the common point here is they all did not give up. They all did not fail to experiment. Even if they failed, they always remembered, they always mustered up that courage and gave the best. So today, I'm here to talk and say that ఇవాళ మన జీవితం నిన్నటి మన ఆలోచనలు నిన్న మనం కన్న కలలు ప్రయత్నిస్తే పోయేదేముంది మహా అయితే విజయం లేదా అనుభవం పోరాడదాం గెలుద్దాం మనం అంటూ ఏంటో ప్రూవ్ చేసుకుందాం దట్స్ వాట్ మేక్స్ us as a true independent Indian and a civilized citizen. 10 ఏళ్ళు అన్నప్పుడు మనం చూసే ప్రపంచాన్ని 45 ఏళ్ళు ఉన్నప్పుడు మనం చూసే ప్రపంచం సేమ్ ఉంటే ఆబ్వియస్లీ ఆ 20 ఏళ్ళ జీవితానికి అర్థం లేదు కదా. దేర్ షుడ్ బి ఎ డిఫరెన్స్ ఇన్ ద పర్స్పెక్టివ్. యూ షుడ్ బి ఎ చేంజ్డ్ ఇండివిజువల్. కాబట్టి ఆల్ ఐ వాంటెడ్ టు సే ఇస్ దట్ ఆలోచనలో స్వచ్ఛత, ఆచరణలో నిబద్ధత, మనుగడలో మంచితనం ఇవిడి ఉంటే ప్రతి లక్ష్యం మన సొంతం అవుతుంది. కాబట్టి లెట్స్ అండర్స్టాండ్ ద ట్రూ ఇంపార్టెన్స్ ఆఫ్ లైఫ్. Finally, I would like to end my say by stating that my mom always used to tell me this reference from nature. Whenever the river joins the ocean, it always trembles with fear. It remembers its past. I've come down from the mountains, I've crossed all the forests, rivers, and I'm finally here. But what am I achieving in life? I'm just disappearing into the ocean. It has that fear. But what are we going to do with that fear? We all have that fears. The river can't go back, obviously, and nobody can go back in our lives. We have to face it. No matter what happens in life, life must move on. When the river gives up that fear, the river understands that it is no longer disappearing into the ocean, but it is becoming the ocean. So vast, so mighty, and so big. So is all of you. Let's all give up our fears, live our life to our fullest, and we are the change makers. We are going to be the torch bearers of our country. Success is definitely not a statement. It's not your bank balance, it's not a trophy, it's not an achievement, but it's definitely something that is a self-achievement and fulfillment for your life. And I think all of you here are very much ambitious to achieve that self-achievement, self-actualization phase in your life. So, thank you so much for giving me that wonderful opportunity. And all I would like to say is that it's good to explore, it's great to experiment and enjoy the beautiful chaos we all have in our lives. And that is what a lot of great people say. And that's when we realize that we are not just individuals, we are not just people, we are just one healthy, happy human beings. We are not in the rat race. We are here to support each other. We are here to empower each other for the survival of the fittest. And mind you, everybody is fit in their own way, and we are here to fight our journeys. We are here to fight the race. Let's live up, let's make the country proud, and more than everything, I would just wanted to say that this life, this stage is a great place. And your performance is going to be big, the world is going to be watching it. Give your best. Thank you very much for giving me this wonderful opportunity. This is a fantastic explore, experiment, and